What's up, everybody? It's Barcelona Breakdown. First time doing one of these. I've been a fan of Barcelona for as long as I can remember, 17 plus years at this point. I watch basically every game over this period of time, and I figured since I'm watching, I might as well get my voice out there and connect with a group of people that are also doing the same. All of us want the best for the team, so I figured let's try to create a community of people where we could just talk weekly about the team, and hopefully we could celebrate together. So just recapping that game there, Real Betis versus Barcelona. Barcelona away. Um, Interesting lineup right out the gate with Flick, Rafinha on the bench. We have Lamine first time at the 10 position, and was really excited to actually see that. Have been asking for it, to be honest with you. Him or Rafinha would give a good option in that 10. I think Rafinha would do a great job with his work rate in that 10 as well. But was happy to see it, wanted to see how this was going to go. And, basically from the outright of the game, we were starting with a lineup of Ferran, Rashford, Rooney, Lamine, Pedri, Eric Garcia, Balde, Gerard Martin, Kubarsi, Kounde, and Joan Garcia in goal. And, it started basically how majority of the matches have started this year. We're down early. Terrible defending right out the gate there, so it was not a good sign. Mistake on multiple people's part, really. Kounde gets beat down the line. Ball comes in the box. Nobody gets to it. Falls to a Betis player. Is able to get a shot off. Somehow squeezes through Balde's legs. Falls to Anthony. Turns around without even looking at the goal. Puts it in to the upright of the goal, really, with his weak foot. We're down 1-0 basically 5 minutes into the game. Another game where we're forced to come back from behind, so not really a good sign, of things to come if that's what we're doing here. I mean, defensively, we're doing something different with Martin there. I do think he has potential there. I do think we are really limited, really, with what we could even do in that position. Araujo is definitely not it. It is what it is. He just does not have the intelligence of a center back, and he relies strictly on his physicality and his speed and his quickness and his athleticism. But when we're on when we need a victory, we're in the Champions League. It's tight. It's pressure. I do not trust him back there, flat out. Barcelona able to pull one back. Barcelona goal, beautiful team goal. Great job by Kounde to make the run, first of all. Found Torres unmarked in the box, tidy finish. Rooney played a great first-time pass on that goal. If you go back and look at that, I mean, Lamine plays it into Rooney. Rooney one-time, beautiful weighted ball into Kounde. He's unmarked, beautiful ball in by Kounde, and Torres slots it in. Second goal comes basically in the blink of an eye. It really feels like we're up 2-1. Ferran again, beautiful finish by Torres this time. Completely unmarked in the box. Beautiful ball by Rooney. Absolutely beautiful ball by Rooney. He was playing fantastic in the first half. Very happy to see him out there, honestly. I don't understand, frankly, why he hasn't been getting more minutes. The minutes he's gotten have not been terrible. And I don't see how you can go 5 or 6 games without giving him a couple minutes at the very least, especially when we were up a couple games. Okay, I guess Atletico, not really the opportunity since you've been sitting him, but we've had opportunities to get him a couple minutes a game at the very least, and he didn't for some reason, but, he really showed out this game for, again, beautiful ball by Rooney. Torres, I mean, similar situation. This game, he scores a hat-trick. I was not convinced at all. He could be a La Liga striker for us. Again, same thing with Champions League. I do not trust him out there in a UEFA Champions League game as our starting striker. I just don't. He is not the best finisher. He's not the quickest. He's not the best at build up. He's not great at hold up play. He does everything well, but he's not great at anything. And I just, on the biggest of stages against the best teams, I just don't see it. Great off the bench, good option to have, but it's just where we are lacking in that position. Inconsistent. Great game by him, but I'm not convinced. Anyways, in the blink of an eye, we're up 2-1. We're playing great. Rooney's playing fantastic. Pedri finds Rooney for the third goal of the game to make it 3-1. Beautiful by Pedri. Great ability to create space. Great ability to pick out the pass, split the defenders. Rooney takes a great touch onto his weak foot, slots it near post on the goalie. Beautiful finish. Super nice play. Clean, quick, efficient. We're up 3-1. Rooney's playing great. Pedri's playing great. A lot of players are having a good game. I don't really have too many players who you could say played a bad match. Ferran gets his third. Barcelona completely running the game at this stage. Ferran takes his space created by Pedri. Pedri again playing great at this point in the game. Ferran has some 2 or 3 yards open space there at the top of the 18-yard box. Takes a shot to the left-hand side of the goal. Defender goes down to block it, hits the defender, goes to the right-hand side of the goal, off-foots the goalie, side mesh, deflection. Still, nothing to be ashamed of. We'll take it. We're winning. We're running rampant basically at this point. And then really something strange happens here. In my opinion, again, very harsh penalty to be given against Betis. In my opinion, I don't really know what more the defender could do there. Like, he goes down to block the shot. He's basically a foot and a half away from the Barcelona player taking the strike. Hits a defender in the body. Arms in the unnatural position because he's going to ground. But, it hits him in the stomach first, bounces up, hits the defender's hand. They go to VAR. The ref gives it whatever. They go to VAR. And he reviews it and still gives it. I could not believe it. When it went to VAR, I just said, okay, for sure this is not happening. I didn't really care for it. I don't like that call whatsoever. I don't know what you want the defender to do. If it hits a hand directly from the shot, okay, arms in an unnatural position, but the guy's going to ground to slide to block the shot. He blocks the shot, hits his stomach, and then hits his arm. Like, I don't know what you want him to do there, but whatever. Yamal steps up, slops the penalty away. At this stage, I've seen a lot of hype on X about Yamal's performance. He played well. He did play well. I would say he was average. There's a couple players that played better than him for sure. I could name 3-4 guys that probably had a better game than Yamal. He played well. I don't have anything to nitpick, but he was hanging on to the right-hand side of the field like he was basically playing to the inside of Rooney a huge portion of the game. I found he was basically playing like a right attacking midfielder. He was in the 10. He was definitely favoring the right-hand side of the pitch. Let's just say that. He was tracking back. He did well. I don't have very, very many comments to make on the negative side of how he played, but it wasn't his best match by any means. And I've just seen a lot of hype on Twitter from the Barcelona fan base there, acting like he put in a 10 out of 10 or something. He played well, but that was not the best thing I've ever seen from some of the reactions I've seen. It was just interesting. Big Yamal guy, but let's take it down a notch there. First couple subs are Martin and Pedri out. Honestly, love Pedri, getting Pedri out of there. Played great. Unnecessary to keep him in the game at this stage. The game's pretty much over. And Martin, had a great match against Atletico. He's had a very decent match this game. I would say he played well, obviously. I don't really have, again, not many cons to say in terms of how he played. He's been solid, earned the right to start basically until he doesn't. So that's all I have to say about that. De Jong comes in, Bernal comes in. Again, I'm a big Bernal guy. Like, he was playing fantastic. He does the ACL. He was the best player during that preseason. He was playing fantastic. I was watching all of those games. I was so excited about him. He hurts himself on a non-contact play. Like, I was devastated by that one. If I remember correctly, it was a non-contact play. I just remember it was by the sidelines, but it was brutal. So, really happy to see him getting his minutes. I really think he has so much potential. He's a fantastic player. He was playing fantastic. He played great when he came in, 20-minute cameo or so. Fantastic. I'm really happy to see Bernal in there. De Jong in, it is what it is with De Jong. A lot of criticism coming his way. I think rightly so, to be honest with you. Like, he's got to be better. Takes way too many touches. He's not really impacting the game. That game against Chelsea, he was just, He was just not playing well, and it's been that theme, the last couple games. He just does not make the impact on the game that you would want to see. Great at controlling it, great at controlling the ball, moving the ball on the pitch, but takes too many touches. He's too slow on the ball, and it's got to be quicker. So, he's in. We'll see what happens. I would love to see Bernal excel and put some real competition in that role. Casado was in there. He played well. But yeah, I would really love to see Bernal step up. Again, Rafinha doesn't get any minutes this game. We're a completely different team when he's playing, and that's very evident at the very least. His work rate is just outrageous, and what he does defensively, very overrated. So it is what it is. We played great without him, and happy he got to get some rest there. Rooney missed a couple of clear chances again. He could have had at the very least, one more goal, but two more is definitely possible as well. He played well. He played well. Very happy to see that performance. Fermin comes in for Rooney. Happy to see that. Yamal moved back out wide. Was himself a little bit more with the 1v1s and taking on the defender and, being able to isolate the right back. So, looking forward to seeing him at the 10 a little bit more. Good opportunity for him to get some experience in a game we won too. Like I said, he played well, but, not against seeing Rafinha in that role, not against seeing Yamal in that role a little bit more as well, and see what happens. But he has potential for sure. He wants to create, he wants to move the ball. He is selfish in some situations, which is fine, Yamal, but it is what it is. He's still young, he's learning. Rashford had a solid match. Can't really say much about his performance. Is what it is, does what he does, and he's been a good pickup for us. Like, you can't really say much about Rashford. Like, basically shunned in Manchester United, comes to our team, adds a lot of width, adds a lot of attacking options for a team, frankly, that didn't have much. So we'd be a different team without him. I think he has been a great option, especially because Yamal was injured, Rafinha was injured, Rooney has not really been getting minutes. Like, he's been a staple in the team, and he's provided a substantial amount of assists as well. Betis get another one back off of a corner. Kubarsi tussling with the guy back post. He gets his foot to it first, tucks it in the net. Not good defending on the set piece again from Barcelona. And we lost the first to the ball was Abdi or whatever. I can't remember. He used to play on Barcelona as well. Abdi gets to the ball first, knocks it down to the defender at the back post. He slots it in. Not much you can do there. Got to win the ball first. Garcia maybe could have came out and punched it, but 5-2. And then last goal, Kounde lunges in unnecessarily. Again, I don't know what's been going on with Kounde. He hasn't been playing well either. He's definitely been getting the stick as well. But again, what other options do we have? He's a great player. I just think he's going through a bad moment, and he's got to be better. He's got to be better. I don't know what we can say. We're lacking in a striker. We're lacking in a center back. That's the two most important things. Kounde's playing right back. He's not a right back. He's done well at right back last year. He had some fantastic games for us. We can't overlook some of the performances he did for us. I do think that's the same player. Whatever, he may be just going through a bad moment, but again, he's a center back that's his natural position. So, maybe we look to putting him out there. Or putting him some more minutes at center back. We need to change some things up. It's not working. We're not good enough at this stage of the season. But again, Rafinha coming back and Pedri coming back, we are a completely different team when they're in the squad. So having said all that, we're on the right path. Defensively, again, we're just weak, and we'll see what happens. But thanks for coming out. Again, thanks for listening. Looking forward to doing more of these. Again, give me some time, give me some patience. I'm going to get better at this, but this is just more to reach out. Let's connect. Let's keep this community going, and we all want the best for the team, like I said at the beginning. So looking forward to another strong year with connecting with everyone, and thanks.